Christ Jesus of the Power by James Martin Gray and Daniel Brink Towner. Early life and education. James Martin Gray was born in New York City as one of the youngest of 8 children. His father, Hugh Gray, died shortly after his birth, leaving the family in difficult circumstances. Raised in the Episcopal Church, Gray was likely educated in New York, where he began training for a career in the priesthood. However, his spiritual journey took a significant turn when he experienced an evangelical conversion, most likely in 1873, after reading William Arnott's homilies on Proverbs. In 1870, Gray married Amanda Thorne, but their marriage was marked by tragedy. Amanda died in 1875 while giving birth to their 5th child, who also did not survive. Despite his personal losses, Gray remained committed to his theological training and continued preparing for ministry. Affiliation with the Reformed Episcopal Church. During Gray's formative years in ministry, the Episcopal Church was deeply divided between evangelicals and Tractarians, the latter emphasizing ritualism. This theological tension led Bishop George D. Cummins to resign in 1873 and found the Reformed Episcopal Church. Gray sided with the seceders and was ordained in 1877. His early pastoral assignments included serving at the Church of the Redemption in Brooklyn, New York, from 1877 to 1878, followed by a year at the Church of the Cornerstone in Newburgh, New York. In 1879, he was invited to assist an elderly pastor at a small Reformed Episcopal church in Boston. Under Gray's leadership, the church flourished, growing from a small handful of worshippers to over 230 members. He also led efforts to establish 3 additional churches, though these did not endure after his departure. Academic and ministerial work in Boston. While in Boston, Gray became involved in theological education and played a key role in establishing the Boston Bible and Missionary Training School, later known as Gordon Divinity School, alongside Adoniram Judson Gordon. From 1889 to 1904, he served as a professor at the institution, influencing future generations of evangelical leaders. During this period, he married Susan Gray, who was also a faculty member. His contributions to theology were recognized when Bates College in Lewiston, Maine, conferred on him an honorary Doctor of Divinity degree. Moody Bible Institute leadership. Beyond his academic work, Gray collaborated closely with D.L. Moody, participating in Moody's evangelistic campaigns in New York, Boston, and Chicago. His reputation as a preacher and teacher continued to grow, positioning him as a significant figure in the evangelical movement. Gray's association with Moody Bible Institute, MBI, began in 1892 when he was invited as a guest lecturer. Over the years, he took on increasing responsibilities within the institution, serving as dean, executive secretary, and, ultimately, as its 3rd president from 1904 to 1934, following the leadership of D.L. Moody and R.A. Torrey. His influence extended beyond administrative roles. As editor of Moody Monthly, he shaped evangelical thought through his writings. He also preached regularly at Moody Church, formerly known as Chicago Avenue Church. Additionally, he was one of 7 editors of the first edition of the Scofield Reference Bible in 1909, a landmark work in evangelical scholarship. Throughout his career, he authored 25 books and pamphlets, many of which remain in print. Christ Jesus of the Power. Apart from his theological contributions, Gray was a gifted hymn writer. One of his most notable hymns is Christ Jesus of the Power, for which he wrote the text, while his friend Dr. Daniel Towner, a prominent composer and music director at MBI, composed the melody. His hymns continue to be sung in churches, reflecting his deep theological convictions and musical talent. Later years and legacy. At the age of 83, Gray stepped down as president of MBI on November 1, 1934, though he remained involved as president emeritus. Less than a year later, on September 21, 1935, he suffered a heart attack and passed away. His contributions to theological education, evangelical ministry, and Christian hymnody were commemorated when the Torrey Gray Auditorium at Moody Bible Institute was named in his honor, alongside his predecessor, R. A. Torrey. His legacy continues through his writings, hymns, and the institutions he helped shape, ensuring his influence on evangelical Christianity endures.